Denzel Washington, born on December 28, 1954 in Mount Vernon, New York, was shaped by both faith and adversity. His childhood was far from easy, marked by the dissolution of his parents' marriage when he was just 14. Raised in a working-class town, Denzel's mother, Lennis, worked tirelessly in her beauty salon, while his father, Reverend Denzel Washington Sr., a Pentecostal minister, instilled discipline through religion. Despite their love, affection was often scarce, and their contrasting personalities, his mother being more city-oriented and his father more traditional, created an environment that was increasingly difficult to maintain. The eventual divorce left Denzel with a hollow space, one that would impact him throughout his life. As a young boy, the emotional absence of his father, despite his presence in the household, was a defining factor in shaping his resilience. A turning point, the military academy. After his parents' separation, Denzel found himself drifting toward dangerous paths. Mount Vernon's streets offered quick camaraderie, but at a high cost. Aware of the danger, his mother made the difficult decision to send him to the Oakland Military Academy at 14, which felt more like banishment than a second chance. The discipline at the academy was strict, and Denzel had to adjust to a regimented lifestyle that was far removed from the streets he once knew. The experience, though painful and isolating, turned out to be a life-saving gift. There, Denzel learned valuable lessons in endurance, self-restraint, and leadership, principles that would stay with him throughout his life and career. This discipline became the foundation upon which he built his character, giving him the strength to withstand challenges in the years that followed. College struggles and early years. Denzel's journey continued to be one of hardship and determination. After attending Fordham University in the early 1970s, he faced constant financial strain, with nights spent battling hunger and cold. New York, which was supposed to be a land of opportunity, felt overwhelmingly indifferent. Despite working multiple jobs to make ends meet, scrubbing floors, hauling boxes, and running trays, he still struggled to stay afloat. His dreams of acting seemed distant, but his belief in himself never wavered. Denzel's mother had always shown him the importance of perseverance, and he applied that to his college years. It was during this difficult time that a small, unexpected opportunity emerged. At a YMCA camp in 1975, Denzel filled in for a missing performer during a talent show. A single comment from an audience member, "You were born to act," planted the seed for his future, leading him to change his major to drama. The struggle to make it. After graduating in 1977, Denzel's journey took him west to the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco, where the dream he chased demanded sacrifice. Living in a small rented room, he experienced the raw, grim side of an artist's life. With little money, he often survived on bread and tap water, trying to make the most of each day. Yet, when he stood on stage, the bitter winds of the Pacific felt less cold, and the struggles seemed to fade. However, the real challenge was making a name for himself. Upon returning to New York, Denzel found himself facing rejection after rejection. He wasn't homeless, but he knew what it felt like to belong nowhere. Nights spent on couches or floors, waiting in audition rooms seemed endless. Despite the many no's, Denzel continued to show up. Each failure made him more determined, and eventually he landed his first role in the 1977 TV movie Wilma, marking the beginning of his professional career. The strain behind the success. Despite the accolades and success, Denzel's journey was far from easy. He always understood that success came at a price. The long hours on set, the grueling work schedules, and the emotional toll of portraying deeply complex characters left their mark. His methodical approach to acting required intense preparation, often staying up late into the night rehearsing lines. This dedication was not without its costs. Every victory came at the expense of something: sleep, peace, time, and sometimes personal comfort. His decision to take on roles that challenged him, like the one in Training Day, often meant navigating tough, morally ambiguous characters. Even before achieving stardom, Denzel had to make difficult decisions that impacted his career, including turning down roles that he felt exploited race or pain for spectacle. His commitment to principle over fame was a cornerstone of his success. The price of integrity, choosing principle over fame. In 1986, Denzel was offered a role that promised significant career momentum but also demanded a moral compromise. The script relied on exploiting race and pain for sensationalism, something Denzel felt conflicted about. He turned it down, choosing integrity over immediate success. The decision cost him opportunities, but it saved him from being part of something he couldn't stand behind. His decision to walk away from that role, despite its potential to open doors, defined his career in the years to come. Denzel's moral compass set him apart in an industry often driven by quick fame and spectacle. "Your early choices tell the world who you are," he later reflected, and that decision spoke volumes about the kind of actor and man he aspired to be. His unwavering commitment to his values became a guiding principle throughout his career. A legacy built on discipline and truth. Denzel's career continued to evolve, but the foundation of his success remained the same: discipline, truth, and a refusal to compromise on his values. Over the course of his 4-decade career, Denzel earned 2 Academy Awards, multiple nominations, and starred in over 60 films. His net worth, which approached $300 million, reflected his talent and longevity in Hollywood. But despite his wealth and fame, Denzel remained grounded. He never chased after the trappings of celebrity. For him, the work was always the priority. Even as his stature grew, Denzel remained focused on delivering authentic performances, believing that the truth in his work mattered more than any recognition or award. The same integrity he displayed in his early career continued to define him as he moved into his later years. Denzel's quiet legacy of mentorship. As Denzel's career reached its peak, he began to take on a quieter role in the lives of those around him. One of the most notable relationships he forged was with Chadwick Boseman, whom he mentored and treated like a brother. After Chadwick's passing, Denzel reflected on their bond, noting that he had given everything to his craft and held nothing back. This mentorship extended beyond advice about acting. It was about life, discipline, and staying true to oneself. Denzel's ability to lift others without seeking the spotlight for himself became an essential part of his legacy. His example was one not only of professional success, but of personal integrity and leadership. A marriage built on love and time. Throughout his rise to fame, Denzel Washington maintained a relationship that stood as a testament to his character. In 1977, while still struggling to make a name for himself, Denzel met Pleda Pearson, a classically trained pianist. Despite his insecurities and initial failures to impress her, she smiled at him anyway, and their connection grew. They married in 1983, and their relationship remains one of the most enduring in Hollywood. Despite the pressures of his career and the demands of fame, Denzel and Pleda built a life together rooted in mutual respect and love. This steadfast partnership has been one of the constants in Denzel's life, a reminder that even in the face of fame and success, love and commitment can remain the strongest forces. Their marriage, which survived distance, ambition, and time, is as much a part of Denzel's legacy as any of his cinematic achievements.